we have to turn the AC off or?
Oh yeah, so that doesn't like.
And then you can just crack open the door.
I mean, if we open the door though, what if people are allowed outside?
That's true. We'll just die. I'm just kidding. Hi, my name is Erica and welcome to my channel TsundEri, where we talk about anything and everything having to do with anime. And in today's video, we're talking about 4 anime you should watch for Halloween, because we're in spooky season and you guys should have anime to watch for spooky season, right? But before we get into that, I do want to remind everybody that I am trying to get up to 500 subscribers on this channel. And once I get up to 500, you guys get to see me cosplay as Eri from My Hero Academia. Because her name is Eri, my name is Eri. You get it? Right? Right? You should get it. But if you want to see that, you have to get me up to 500 subscribers. No more, no less. So, with that out the way, let's get into 4 anime you should watch for Halloween. First, we have the case study of Vanitas. In Paris, a vampire named Noe meets the eccentric Vanitas, a human who claims to be a doctor for vampires. Specifically, he claims to cure vampires from this illness called the malnomen, which causes vampires to become hungry and violent and rabid towards humans against their will, spawning a bunch of vampire attacks. Noe and Vanitas soon join forces and learn that there may be an evil force behind the rise in vampire attacks. While the plot itself isn't anything new, what really makes Case Study of Vanitas stand out, especially for Halloween, is that it blends so many different kinds of elements. You have comedy, you have the horror aspect, of course, you have blood and gore, you also have like these we may have to close that. It also has these very heartfelt moments between the characters. You soon find out that Vanitas has a very horrible backstory, and so does Noe. If you love drama, if you love, of course, vampires and gore, and all the sexiness that's like associated with vampires, this is a very sexy show, then you'll definitely love Case Study of Vanitas. Next, we have Hellgirl. So if you could send your enemy to hell, would you? In Hellgirl, there's a website that allows users to call upon the spirits and send their enemies straight to hell, immediately. But there's a catch. Later on, when that user dies, of old age or for whatever reason, their soul will be ferried to hell as well, by the show's central character, aka Hellgirl, Enma. Each episode is a sort of self-contained story revolving around different characters who are in different horrible scenarios: school bullies, abusive spouses, horrible neighbors. There's 2 main things that make Hellgirl a great watch for Halloween. One is that the way Enma tortures these characters, the ones that are getting sent to hell before they eventually go there, is very creative and very haunting. Another thing that makes it a great watch for Halloween is that it kind of explores the concept as to whether or not humans can be a good judge of character. Because there are some people that get sent to hell and deserve it, and there are some that absolutely don't. So they're cursed for eternal damnation for really nothing. If you love a good revenge horror anime, then Hellgirl is definitely for you. And if you also love just like a deep look into the human condition, Hellgirl is definitely for you. The next anime on this list is probably the most hilarious out of the bunch. Actually, it is the most hilarious out of the bunch because the next one's pretty dark. I'm talking about Ghost Stories. In Ghost Stories, a group of kids make it their mission to exorcise the ghosts in their town, who have been awakened due to increased industrialization. But that's not what's important here. What's important is that you watch the dub, because the plot of the show is completely irrelevant. What's important here is that you watch the dub, because it's the funniest thing to have ever happened in anime, and I will die on this hill. So normally I don't get into the whole sub versus dub debate because it's stupid, but for this particular show, you should definitely watch it dubbed, and I'm about to tell you why. So, in, I want to say the late 90s, early 2000s, around that time, Ghost Stories aired in Japan, and it flopped. The studio in Japan then sold the rights to Funimation for distribution, and this is something that never happens in anime. The studio literally told the staff at Funimation, do whatever the hell you want to do with the dub, we're just trying to recoup the money we lost airing this in Japan. So we really don't care what you do with it, we're just trying to get our money back any way we can. And the actors had a field day.
When this bitch kicks, I'm moving to Vegas.
Which is why the Ghost Stories dub is unlike any other dub you will ever see.
That it could never work between us. As much as we wanted to, it could never be. Not because you're a rabbit, but because you're black.
If you're into South Park and Family Guy, then you will definitely enjoy the humor of Ghost Stories. Although I will say this is early 2000s humor, so a lot of the jokes don't age very well. It's not really all that creepy, it's just chaotic. Teenager Akira reunites with his childhood friend Ryo, who recently found out that demons are real but kept secret by the government. Planning to expose the existence of demons, Ryo takes Akira to a club where he knows they'll appear. Insanity ensues, Akira gets possessed by a really powerful demon and proceeds to have an awful time afterwards. Honestly, it's an understatement to say that he had an awful time. Literally everybody had an awful time. If you love dark, edgy horror films, then you will love Devilman Crybaby. It's definitely not for the faint of heart at all. Don't watch this with your kids. Definitely make sure that whoever you're seeing this with, they can handle it. It's a very dark and gruesome, but also really interesting tale of just demons and debauchery and everything going wrong for everyone. And that was a quick rundown of 4 anime I think you should watch for Halloween. Now, if you watched this video and you noticed that your favorite anime wasn't mentioned, I guarantee you it was probably mentioned in the video that I did last year called 13 Anime to Watch for Halloween, where I talked about hella anime. So if you want to know about more anime to watch for Halloween, I definitely suggest you go watch that video. And of course, if you want more content like this, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and comment below, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And I will see you next time. Happy Halloween, stay safe out there, and yeah, load yourself up with candy and sugar, like why not? Bye.